You're live.
Molweni, which means hello in isiXhosa. My name is Njebo, N-D-Y-E-B-O, which means wealth in isiXhosa. I do hereby bring you the wealth of music. The original songs from the origin of song. Songs from the cradle of songkind. Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma.
Uhati. Guitar. The sound of healing.
Umthombo wengoma. Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma.
Umthombo wengoma. Yeah.
Umthombo wengoma.
Yeah.
Umthombo in Xhosa or in Zulu, umthombo is a fountain. Umthombo is the way it is beginning, where everything begins. That fountain where all the music bubbles out.
Yes.
And Africa becomes that navel, that placenta from where all our music and songs come from.
Yes.
Now take this one from me. We want to correct something very deep tonight. Yes. Many people spend lots of their time and money walking.
Hello. The fourth industrial technology era has forcefully changed how every profession has been working for its clients. The world has become smaller than what we used to think. Imagine the ease of talking to a person who is in Australia, China, or Germany while you are in South Africa, as if you're just next door. The ease that globalization and the fourth industrial technology have brought to humanity entail doing business anywhere in the world as long as you have the purpose and the means. It is our expertise as MB Chabong Incorporated to advise clients immigrating to South Africa on various permits and on opportunities for travelers who intend to sojourn in South Africa for a longer period of time.
Maponga J live here on Universal Galaxy Network. Your show is Sankofa looking backwards at the future. On my right is Babu Njebo on his guitar. Mkulu Blondie is here. He's not talking much today. I'm keeping him for the Sunday show. And I want to share something that is very profound with our African people. Many of our African young children, they just hear about Madlozi. And they think Madlozi is something that is outside of them. So they spend all their time, hey, siyo Phahla, hey, siyo Mfuleni, hey, siyo Ntabeni, hey, siyo Fanele Khomos, Mbuzi, and people are looking for their ancestors. I've good news for you. That which you are looking for in the rivers and in the mountains, brewing beers and etc., and you think that you are calling spirits to come to you, you are actually missing it. The real prayer must not be that the spirits must come and sit on you. The real spirit is that those that are in you must stand inside you. And the greatest form for me of respecting your ancestors, it is actually learning how to respect yourself. For once you know that you are not yourself, but you are those that are living in you, who were here before you were here. Therefore, you don't have to look for umkhulu. You are umkhulu. You don't have to look for gogo. You are the gogo. You don't have to look for the spirit. You are the spirit that is alive in the present, which is connected to the past. Therefore, when you see us doing what we are not doing it because they are sitting on us, but they are talking, they are living, they are breathing within us. And I'm saying this from a clear understanding of our genetics and an understanding of how we come to be. And that which is trapped in our loins lives in us. So the real thing is, how do you respect your history? And respecting your history firstly means respecting yourself. Understanding where you are coming from. And that which you are coming from, that which you never saw, is now alive, manifesting itself in you. Here you are, Njebo, over to you, sir.
I'm going to actually, taking you back, earlier on when you opened, you said Oktandaza. And it's close, Oktandaza. It's like cloud ta kukuvela. Elita, that's light. Ndaza, which means come, which means Oktandaza means light, come. So you are bringing light. You are saying light should come, and everything that is in the darkness, the cockroaches, they should actually go away.
And while you're on that, you don't want to forget Tanda. Za. Tanda is love. So I want to build on that. That even if it is Ta, which is light, and
Gaza, which is to
come in light. But if you further on break that, come in light. But while you're doing that, do it in love. Do it in love. So Utando, artists therefore must be a source of love, a source of light, and a reincarnation of the expression of the sound and music of the past.
I always say to people, your gift is your sacred space, so you should see to it that you respect that gift, because it's your sacred
space. I want to start with a very deep question to you. How do you separate between performance and expression, worship, umtandazo, nokuperforma? I hope you can hear the difference. Performer, for example, you get on stage, jang, 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 and you play, people dance, and people, etc. But I don't believe that actually are artists in their own sacred space. They are entertainers. Because entertainment has to do with a sense of just enthusing, encouraging people to be happy. But for the artist who is doing it, it's not a happy experience. There you are digging into yourself. There you are in a space of ukutandaza. And other people are having fun and dancing and playing and knocking each other off. But to you, it's not entertainment. I had to grow from my few days of my life that I needed to start learning first, how do you stop entertainment? Because entertainment is commercial. Then you hear people saying, no, this music can't sell. Do some cover versions. Do something that people know, so that people. But ultimately, the artist himself is a priest. Sangoma, umnikazi wengoma.
Yes.
The one who heals through the song.
Is a vessel through within which the song is passed through. So, to come back to your question, what's the difference?
How do you separate
between performance and
utandaza?
And utandaza.
Which you could be calling worship, by the way, utandaza, but that worship, it's a complicated word in English. But for the failure of, let's call it meditation. Let's call it intercession. Let's call it interaction. Let's call it spiritual. Let's speak English. Yes. Convocation. Yeah.
I would answer like this. When we are actually, an artist is actually invited to perform, is given a time frame, is given the ixesha lobanga bana kuthiwa uzoperforma ngexesha elithile. So you are actually scripted to do that performance. And you will script yourself within the script that you have been scripted. So that's performance. Even if you don't want to do it, you will still do it because you need to give a what? A performance. But umdandazo comes from within. It's you. There's no time frame that actually you give yourself.
I was looking for that.
Yes.
I was looking for that.
Yeah.
Therefore, to put an artist in a performance mode,
yes,
you're actually forfeiting the real artist, who in their own sacred space, this becomes, it's not entertainment.
Yes.
It is something that is coming out of me. And to marry, if you can catch an artist in their moments of convocation, and you are able to capture that into a performance, I think that becomes deeper. I'm looking at Ugogo Mhlongo, for example, Ubusi Mhlongo.
Yeah.
You can't say that was a performance.
Yes.
And you see Busi singing that song,
yes,
and she's not here. She has moved away. And once in a blue moon, you're able to capture an artist in the moment.
Yes.
In the moment. It's no longer about, okay, bar number 4, bar number 6. Hey, guys, let's do a bridge. We are now on 6. And yes, at an early age of an artist, you may find yourself, with score sheets. And maybe this separates. Let me actually make it as a question.
Yes.
The score sheets of Western music, where you start off in bar number 1, we're on 16 now, we're on bar 68, and etc. And you are just basically, and our African music, we basically throw away everything. And there you are in the full expression of yourself. What do you think makes the difference between African music and what you might call Western music?
African music, for me, it's actually an invocation of the spirit within us. It's actually, that's where I come back to umthombo wengoma. That's where everything comes from. And I would also call it abstract. And
remember, I'm a painter also. So when you talk about abstract, my mind already goes to abstract paints.
To abstract paints. So it's this. The spirit leads you, but in this case, it has to also lead you consciously. You have to have the conscious that the spirit is leading me, because if you're not conscious about where the spirit is leading you to, otherwise you will find yourself in a ditch, and then you ask yourself, how did I get inside here? And so consciously, you need to have a clean spirit. That's why you need to actually be in the clean mode. Clean yourself.
As a vessel.
As a vessel. You will be able to know when to come out of that abstract mode.
You become that vessel.
Thank you.
Clean up the vessel.
Clean it.
Then there is something that people must eat from there.
It has to be clean.
And therefore, for me, it becomes very critical.
Yes.
Though many of our young artists, and I say this, of course, because I'm starting to get grey now. I'm starting to say that, yes, but truthfully, where many artists drink, do whatever they're doing, a night of girls and boys and etc., and a few moments later or a few hours later, you're on stage, testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
You are dirty.
How do you clean yourself as an artist before you can perform, so that your convocation or your evocation becomes a clean communicative platform where people can actually link up with the clean spirit which you want to send over to them.
There's no success without sacrifice. You need to sacrifice some of the things. You need to prune yourself from things that actually obstruct you, so that you'll actually align yourself with your gift.
I like that word.
Go
I like that word. I like that word. Align.
Your gift is your sacred place. That's your space. You need to honor it with sacrifice. You need to fast and be clean, so that you will be able to exude, to actually give that utmost purity.
Empty your stomach.
Yes.
And then put room for the spirit.
For the spirit. That utmost, so you have to, in Xhosa we say, indo enyulu, which is of higher grade, in its purest form. So you need to sacrifice some of the undesirables around you. You need to actually wean yourself away from friends that will say, but tomorrow you're supposed to present something to the people that will heal people. How do you heal people when you're not healed yourself?
Clean your hands, clean your heart,
So you
clean
need
your
to
mind.
To be healed first, for you to heal.
Only a clean healer can be a good healer.
Can be a good healer. So abantu bayagula because you are actually giving them
poison. When you come back after the break, let's hear how this cleaning business, because I'm hearing something very profound here. You go to church people, you go to Muslim people, the Ramadan months, you go to fasting in the Christian church, you come up in the indigenous belief system, and there it is coming up again. You get into Eastern mysticism, you get into yoga, you get into Buddhism. This idea of cleaning yourself constantly appears. How do you manage to clean? How do you clean yourself? As an artist, as a musician, as a preacher, as a leader, even as a politician. It's not just about you sleeping in hotels and etc. Tomorrow morning you have thousands of people that are listening to you and your hands are dirty. Is it possible that actually the substance that is coming out of your hands has not gone through the sanctification of the spirit? When you come back after the break, let's hear from those that are in the business. How best can we?
Make massive moves.
Bible is human and divine.
It's important for us to remember.
And I'm part of God's story.
Yeah, mama, hey.
God is sealing you.
God says what he means, and he means what he says.
God is good.
I am very grateful to God. I am healed.
Amen.
Make massive moves with Starsight. Make massive moves.
Deceiver! There isn't any time to waste then.
We can't save everyone in this war.
One moment, that's all we got.
You're locked in here with me.
Make massive moves with Starsight.
with Njebo in studio today, and Ubabutata Blondie himself gracing our stage again today for the second time around. Here you are, yes, as a Zulu, Xhosa, African musician, yes, holding a Western instrument in your hand. And this, by the way, a kora is older than a guitar. This is actually an adulteration of our indigenous instruments. So the original nyatitis, for example, from Ghana, from Uganda and Tanzania, the koras from Senegal, the other string instruments in Africa are far, far much older, yes, by far, to a guitar.
Yes.
So here you are,
yes,
playing a Western instrument, but how did you translate? How did you baptize this Western instrument this Western to begin to sing local music?
You know, like any other guy, when I looked at the guitar, I was like, wow, I would like one day to play that instrument. So I started learning with the standard tuning, which is your E and E bottom and then E up. And so now when I started playing, then there was a particular one day I got bored, and then I had to leave the guitar there. But you know what happened? I received a vision where there was keys of an old piano that were coming from the oceans. And with those keys came a sound. When I went back to play my guitar, that sound was not corresponding with the sound
that the guitar was tuned in. I had to relentlessly search for the sound. And recalibrate.
Yes. Fortunately, I was involved in a project called Divas and Legends, which was being produced by Blondie Makhene. So we were booked for a gig in Eastern Cape to go there and play there. While I was playing with my guitar and the stuff, I showed to Mom Tunoko, what I'm done. You know, just drop that E to D and start to play.
So you dropped the
tuning to D. And then when I strummed the guitar like this, it sounded different, and it sounded exactly how I saw the vision.
How we heard the sound in the night.
In the ocean waters. They come. So she came in that vision, and then she actually fulfilled the vision. And that's how I managed to detune the guitar to this. But now, it did not end there. The E string, now, this I dropped it to D. So I don't know, you guys, you know English. You say so is up and so is what?
No.
Below, whatever
what
you say.
What is above is below.
Yes, I wanted you to say.
Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Thank you. So that thing, balance. I had to also pull.
So how is your guitar tuned now?
Hey, it's now tuned now according to Uhadi.
It's your tuning now?
Yes, it's my tuning, according to Uhadi. So this is an F. This is a D.
So you start off with a D on, just take us through slowly. So on the top side, you have put a...
That's F.
That's your F.
Yes.
Next key?
A.
So it's F, A,
D.
D.
Yes.
G.
Yeah.
B.
D.
She's an mapep. So you kicked out the E altogether out of there?
Yeah, the E, it's not part.
So it's an F on top and
yes,
a D at the bottom?
A D at the bottom.
All right.
That's why it sounds so heavenly.
Give us a strum one more time. Give us a strum one more time. Oh man.
One more time.
What's up? Watch out, cook. Something that I learned the other day, which was very, very interesting. I was studying some of this Buddhism and etc. Just reading.
Yes.
And putting my head around it.
Yes.
And coming from a Christian background, then I remembered the cross, where they say Jesus was nailed on the cross, whatever the sort, just for the illustration. Then I remember on that space, there was lightning, okay, which is fire.
Yes.
And there was wood,
Yes.
which is where they nailed him.
Yes.
Then there was metal, which are the nails on the side. Then there was a spear that was on the side,
Yes.
where the water came out from. Ultimately, there was the soil,
Yes.
where it was all dropping into. Then I came up with a beautiful little scenario. I hope this will help you.
Yes.
When you are playing, when you are aware of the elements
Yes.
that make, from which your music is coming from.
Yes.
Where is the fire? That's where you are like doing your crescendos.
Yes.
So you imagine the lightning and the thunder.
Yes.
Where is the wood? The brittle and the hard.
Yes.
But it holds, that's the structures.
Yes.
Where are the nails? That is the staccatos, where
Yes.
you're hitting it.
Like
Where is the water? Where you just flow
the flow.
with it. And ultimately, where is the ground?
Yes.
Where it is all just being swallowed in. And finally, you being the vessel
Yes.
that is able to combine all
those
these
things.
elements together.
Yeah.
From the forging of these wires,
Instruments, yes.
which is actually, they went through the heat
Yes.
to be here. This is, so you have fire and,
Yes.
and metal
Yes.
on wood.
There's water.
And you and the air.
Yes.
And putting all this so for me, music is not just you and an instrument.
Yes.
That's consciousness. When finally you are playing an instrument and you are able to put all these elements together to create an environment where you're connecting people with the elements.
You bring me back to the composition of Uhadi. The purpose, it's a Xhosa guitar.
Uhadi.
Uhadi, yeah. It's a,
You must bring us one. You must bring us one of those, like almost similar to a Makoyana sort of thing.
Yes, that's the guitar with Iselo, which is something here. Then they will be hitting. It's a one string. Whatever they'll be hitting.
Dang 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 dang.
So now, when they are playing that, healing takes place.
Those are chants.
Yes.
Those are chants. And while you're on that, you
Yes.
need to, don't forget that even
Yes.
in the Eastern stuff,
Yes.
in the Eastern religions,
Yes.
chanting is a critical part of healing.
Yes. So now there is what we call the alignment of chakras and whatever. I think you guys, you are learned. The Egyptian, whatever they say, the
Kemetic,
7 chakras and whatever.
From the bottom
so
to the
this
chest
guitar,
is-
when you look at it, in that one string, it was actually aligning, that ohati, it was actually aligning from your crown to your third eye, then comes to your
Throat.
to the throat. It comes to the solar plexus, it comes to the here, and your root. So it used to actually come to align all those and whatever. So now when I detuned my guitar, I mimicked that
Okay.
to uhati.
What?
So which means when you count here, there are how many strings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strings.
Six.
So the 7th chakra, do you know what is it? Because all these other ones are catered, there are 6 chakras here on the guitar. Then the 7th one is the voice.
Okay. Wow.
That's how it came to be uhati guitar,
Wow.
the sound of healing, incorporating all those
Elements.
elements for that holistic
For healing.
through music.
Wow. And when you are doing music, I mean, in my own right, I mean, artist in my own right, you play music, play like what you playing.
Inigani shobalam, ifutu zumo. Inigani shobalam, ifutu zumo. Zimbuda, magufutu zumo. Na bomantinda, magufutu zumo. Inigani shobalam, ifutu zumo.
I'm saying something right there. I want you to do something.
Yes. Yes.
That's an appellation. That's like a prayer.
Yeah. Oh.
So when you're listening to music like that, you need 6 ears, because while he's playing, if he's playing the lower string,
Yes.
which
Yes.
might sound like the lead,
Yes.
when you listen to the next string,
Yes.
the next one, da 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 da.
Yes.
So depending where your pain is,
Yes.
you tend to find that the instrument
Yes.
connects with you there.
Thank
so
you.
you're actually ministering to
Yes.
the 7 people. Yes.
7 people, yes.
You are ministering to the 7, but the voice is attending to that.
Yes.
The second string attends to another level.
another level.
So and putting all those into harmony,
Yes.
and coming up with
you.
that's where the healing
Package.
begins,
It's a
right there.
package. It's a pharmacy.
Yeah.
It's a
Music is a pharmacy.
It's a pharmacy.
That's the first one I'm hearing that one.
Yes, music is a pharmacy.
Music is a pharmacy.
You go there, the doctor administers, which is a musician, and say, listen to that.
Give us like half a minute. Just listen very carefully to the lead string, second string, the third string.
Yes.
just can't get better than this. You need to sit down and learn how to listen to music. And sooner or later, you begin to hear this music flowing in your bloodstream. And when you get in our zone, where, of course, as a young musician, you're still experimenting. But when you get older, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. You know, you reach those levels of maturity where you are no longer a slave of the instrument, but the instrument becomes an extension of yourself, so that you can send that information that you want to send across to the rest of the world. So what kind of music do you call this?
It's called South African ethnic jazz.
South African ethnic jazz.
Emanating from the Xhosa songbook.
Xhosa songbook.
Yes. Into the world.
Into the world.
Yes.
This is like the whole summary. You've summarized the Xhosa, any Xhosa, any Xhosa kind of diction and expression. You can put it in those chord progressions.
Yes. You can.
Because I remember from Mbira also has the 7 keys.
Yes.
Has 7 notes on it. On the right you have 7.
Yes.
On the left you have 7 on top.
Yes.
You have 7 at the bottom. So in my music is more complicated.
Yes.
Because then you have 21 songs.
Yes.
So you actually have 3 chords on one chakra.
Okay.
So you put 3. So you actually have the 3 arpeggios. So you like your dong 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 3. Then the second one you have 3, and all of them are now coming together into one instrument. And to be so hence you say the 7 spirits. What they talk about the 7 spirits in the Bible. In my African music, we don't have 7 spirits. We actually have the 21 elders, the 21 sounds that are weaved together. So it's 7 times 7 times 7. That becomes like the chord, the chord that binds the chakras to a moment of healing. If that makes sense to you?
Yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense. It's it actually brings me to a point whereby you would say we are one as Africans. Only our difference is the view of the notes of music. So that's the difference. But music is
it's the same. Because I went to Senegal and I brought a kora. I think I'll bring it on Sunday also. Then I'll ping the kora. Kora also 21 keys.
Wow.
21 keys.
Wow.
And almost similar. And I think come a bit early so that me and you we can tune tune them nicely and just give people a taste of what it would sound like if we are to merge those sounds together. But the most versatile of all instruments is the voice.
Yes. I would call
the
it
master.
A prostitute.
Okay. It goes anywhere.
That one can go anywhere. It can go parallel. The other anyway to any sound.
Any sound.
It depends with the one who is delivering. But is he not tone deaf or what?
But even the tonation of the whole concept again, where people are said to be tone deaf and etc. Maybe in their dissonance.
Yes.
That's where they are.
Okay.
That's where they are.
Okay.
So it's not about you whose life is now in order. And you can hear D and an F. So, and I'm still singing between D sharp and maybe that's where I am. My life is still disorganized and maybe D sharp and D. You know, of course, between these two notes, you know that there are 1,000 keys, 1,000 other sounds there that we can never explore.
Now you're giving me another a different perspective. So in disorder, there's order.
Actually, maybe the best one, if you can sit next to the river or sit next to the mountain and close your ears after a beautiful rainy night and you sit there and hear the birds singing, the frogs croaking, the animals mooing, the winds blowing, and the waterfall running. It sounds chaotic, but actually if you sit there and you listen with a heart to listen, you begin to understand that keys are not important. Order is not important. It's it becomes a jungle of sound, but actually there's harmony. There's harmony, and I've sat there and I've actually said to myself, this whole thing of keys is a joke, because it's like we want to force everything into harmony when actually nature is not structured in terms of let's all be in D, please, all of us. Let's get into D now. Change keys. We're now in F. No, while you're playing in F, a frog is in D sharp major. That bird is in F sharp minor. The waterfall is in A flat, and the other one is in C. The other one is in B. Who cares?
And the Hoover is in F.
You know what I'm saying? And they.
Yeah, the Hoover. I'm telling you. One day, I'm like, hey, Mister, can you find the key of the Hoover? So you're like, what is key is that one? And it's on F.
Okay.
I'm like, the Hoover is on F. People are crazy. I mean.
Let me push you slightly on that. If they say that life is being managed by quantum physics, which is the power of sound.
Yes.
So we all have our keys.
Yes.
That we are born with.
Yes.
That are like in sync.
Yes.
Even your breathing.
Yes.
Is in key.
Is in key.
When you snore at night,
it's in key.
You snore in a certain key, and that key actually becomes your key. So for your healing, and for your healing, for example,
yes,
that becomes the root. That reminds me, of course, of the Himba tribe. I once mentioned it here, the Himba tribes in Namibia.
Yes.
Where when a woman, before she gets pregnant, she will go and sit under a tree and listen to a song.
Yes.
She won't leave that tree before she hears that song. This is before she even gets pregnant.
Okay.
Then she goes home and teaches the husband the song that she heard under the tree.
Yes.
Then they make the baby in the song. When the baby is born, and by the way, they name the child's the years of the baby. They don't count the years from the day the baby is born.
But they count the years
from the day the mother received the song. So by the time the child is babysitting and the child is breastfeeding, the song becomes their song.
Their song.
Every time they're crying, it is the song. When they fall, it is the song. The community is taught their song. So I would actually love to get to the Himba people, people, and actually learn the power of the song. You guys, you think you sing, other people have made music part of
their
life
existence.
itself.
Yes.
You were saying something.
No, you actually finished all my words before I could even say them. I was actually in agreement with what you were saying. But Kami, I think earlier on I sang a song, "Woo yo, woo yo, woo yo." If you listen to that song, I give tribute to the scrotum bag. You know what it means?
Yes, sir.
Which is my father.
Okay.
So that I was still a sperm in my mother's one, in my father's scrotum. Then up until such a time I was transferred into my mother's womb. Then the waters collided. In that collision, there was this sound. So that sound becomes your voice, becomes the musician's voice to the world.
Wow. Wow.
So that's the fertilization. So your sound, your everything, your voice and everything, you actually get it from that fertilization when the two waters collide.
That sound.
Within your mother's uterus.
Hence, when you sing, we say, what do we say when you're teaching young musicians?
Sing from the
Sing from the womb.
Yes.
Sing from the stomach, where I remember sometimes singing in choral music, and we're told, put your hand here, put your hand here and sing. Don't sing from here. You know, sing from the womb, you know.
So music is actually conceived in the womb.
Conceived in the womb.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that's some
deep. That's why I'm like, I personify Ingoma as Indombi.
Okay.
Indombi, Wingoma. Wingoma. Indombi, Wingoma. Wingoma. Peti mpilo ya mesanje sam.
Wingoma.
Peti mpilo ya mesanje sam.
So the song becomes your darling. The song is your woman.
That's
the song.
Darling. It becomes umtombo. Comes from the.
I almost feel like you want to go back where you came from. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's a mountain called Amabelentombi in Kofimba. You know, most men, they used to actually, when they go there, they disappear. Why were they disappearing in that mountain? There was nothing sinister about it, but it's like that mountain personifies the woman.
The woman. You go there,
Once you go there, you don't come back. I'm telling you.
No, I like that. And once you go there, you don't come back. When you come back, you are a different creature altogether. That's your child, you know. So it actually.
I'm a
belendom.
Yeah, ekovimva.
They are only kovimva man is koskama hu. Koskama hu kuna say batu kupila pa yeah. Queen's Town, somewhere in those bushes there. Wow, Amabele and Tom.
Yes.
That talks to the breast of the women. There's two mountains in the Eastern Cape there, which they call the two breasts for the women. In the ancient times, if men go there, they would disappear. And he's saying actually, you disappear in the literal and in the spiritual sense, because once you get in there, you don't come out the same. When you get in there, you come out as a young child.
Yes.
And that's a different thing altogether. Huh?
So there's a lot of things that you'll go at the foot of the mountain and then ask for blessings. So I call that.
Who do you ask blessings from?
You're not hearing what you're saying.
I am.
You hear what you're saying?
Whatever.
Before you climb the physical mountains in Kofi,
yes,
you don't just climb those mountains. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's have some fun here. Let's talk by ourselves. Before you climb those mountains, you must get to the bottom of the mountain.
Yes.
And say, please, mountains,
I want some.
Don't take me away. I am asking for permission to come into these mountains.
Amen.
Amen. Amen Ra. I can hear Mukulu Blondie is going to church and back quickly.
No, I went to Remit.
You went to Remit. Amun Ra. I hear you.
Lord of the Rain.
Lord of the Rain.
Yes.
In a similar fashion, therefore,
yes,
our procreation processes must not become drunk sessions.
Yes.
Where people drink wine, where people smoke,
yes,
and then after that they take each other to bed, and then they wake up in the morning.
They don't even know.
They can't remember what happened in the night.
Yes.
All they find is that they are wet and other things. There must be a process.
Yes.
Before you climb these mountains.
Yes.
And say, please, we are coming up these mountains.
Yes.
we want to come back in a good nature. If we had known this, maybe not so many men would be saying, this is not my child.
Yes.
When you climb the mountain and then something comes out,
yes,
and you know that before you climbed here,
even if it's not your child as a man, you need to agree. Because you wouldn't know that your father is your father.
Until your mother tells you.
Until your mother tells you that this is your father. So even if it's not true that it's not your child, if a woman says it's your child, spiritually he has seen you to be the father of that child that can take care of that child.
Say that again. Say that again. Say it slowly. Say it slowly.
Even if
a woman walks up to you.
Yes, and say...
Guys, listen to this one. Stop this DNA story.
Thank you.
Stop it. It's nonsense.
Yes.
If a woman walks up to you
and say, this is your child, doesn't matter whether you literally went through the walls and did
or you did not.
You are spiritually, she has seen you as the rightful father to the child. So if you deny that, you're denying the blessings.
Wow. And you're gonna say something else while you're on that. We can just push it slightly. Then you have these boys who go around and sleep with 6, 7, 8 girls, breaking virginities. When they want to get married, then they want to look for a virgin. And they leave 5, 6 children on the bush. And then ask yourself, me, I don't agree to become a stepfather. Wake up. Who is stepfathering your children? While you are refusing to become a stepfather to someone else's children. Yes. So I'm hearing you very well. If a woman walks up to you and they fall on your lap and they say,
you are the father of the child.
There is a child. Whether you slept with the woman
or not.
If she surrenders the child to you.
Maybe she's an angel that has been sent to you. Wow. They used to provide food kwazulu to everybody. even the lazy ones
would eat also.
would eat also. So what does it mean? Maybe your bloodline has been fed by uNomkhubulwane.
And this blessing is coming your way.
And is coming your way.
And you come and say, it's not mine.
It's not my child.
I only slept with her once.
Ouch.
But that guy who slept with her once is saying, it's not my child.
Ouch.
But I only slept with her once.
What if you slept
It's like he failed biology. Yeah?
So now, what if you had that thing in the spirit?
We have exactly 5 minutes left. I want us to drive back and advertise and talk. Let's talk about the show that is coming up. Why are you doing this show? Where will this show be and what will be happening there?
It's actually on the 26th of November.
26th of November. Where are we?
It's a Thursday from 6 p.m. up until 11.
Oh.
Yes. It's going to be at the Marshall, which is, I think, in Joburg, Marshalltown. Maponga Hotel.
Oh yes, I know Mapungu Hotel. Down there next to Anglo what.
Yes, and people, I think they should actually get tickets from us from this number 064 082 8210, or alternatively they should like my page Njebo Music, one word. I'll spell it NDYEBO Music, one word.
Njebo Music.
Njebo Music.
What must we expect on that day?
Healing. Healing and healing. But anyway, in that healing, there's pain. Because you cannot heal. Where are you healing from? There's also joy. We need to be joyful on the day.
How many pieces are there? How many guys are with you on stage that day?
I think there are 4 guys.
It's a 4-piece band.
No, it's not a 4-piece band. It's
4 different performances.
It's 4 different performances of the Uhadi, because I would want people to get aligned.
Who do you want to come for this show?
Everybody.
Everybody.
It's a family.
Those that are the guys that are dating can come, husbands and wives can come.
Especially those ones. And even cheaters, they will actually come away dead.
Yeah.
They would have decided. There's a song that I said, Ketile, Ketile, Tiketewe Nandombi, Pagati kwa baninzi, ongeke ukhethe when she uhambe wayoshela intombi yabanye nje ukhetha kanjani eyi-one so ukhetha phakathi kwabaninzi so I'll help those guys that are cheating to decide
what to do with their life.
Uthando, it's not about feelings. Uthando is not about emotions. Uthando, it's a decision that you make to stick to that person, come out may.
On Monday night, I had Mkhulu Singisa here on the show.
Yes.
And he came out to tell us this month is a month of germination. It's a month of germination where things are now coming out from the ground. Sprouting out from the ground. And in December, what do you call the month of December in Xhosa?
Omga.
Omga. What does it mean, Omga?
I think it's a thorn. It's a thorn.
It's a thorn?
Yeah.
So, but does a thorn of a seed also or something?
Yeah.
Omga.
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite interesting. That's quite interesting for us. Here we are on studio. We have Ubabu Njebo, Nomkhulu Blondie here, taking us through some technicalities of African music and how we express ourselves as African. I learned something new today. The voice is actually the 7th chakra, and 6 strings that are down here. Yes. No, give us a sound, give us a song as we are rounding up the show itself here. That's beautiful, powerful. Maine imvula, which means let it rain, let it rain. What a blessing when it rains. Matamsanga.
Yes.
It's a good fortune,
yes.
a good turnaround, a change of season. Yes. When it rains. Pula, aine, pula, nala. Nala is wealth. Whoever owns your land owns your blessing. Every time it rains, we have been blessed. Here with me on stage today was Ubabu Blondie Makhene and Ubabu Njebo with a show coming up on the 26th of November at Maponga Hotel down in Johannesburg. Come one, come all. We'll meet you there. I'll see I'll make some time. It's Thursday. Yes. I might squeeze my time there. I'll be there. I'll be free on the night.
Yes.
My name is Maponga Jeji Garambo Garamashamba Uda Chirana Wana Chichibu Chitiza Chino Bugwana Manga. Warpedo Tampana Chumtambo Parwari. Tismana Garama Kumatanda no. Until we see you again here on your show, don't do what I wouldn't do. If you decide to do it better.